All right, welcome to Tina and Karen Do the Tube. I am Karen.
This is Tina coming in the first day of February when we're recording this.
Yeah, it'll be a few weeks before I post it. We have a few other videos for the audience to um get back to know us because we've been gone for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But right now we shouldn't have the technical issues.
Nope.
Everything seems to be going good after the last few episodes, right?
I think so. I think all the technicals have been worked out. We're all good. Uh, we're set to pretty much consistently put out videos weekly, if not more than weekly. I might do some clips
Oh,
just to help the algorithm. And
all
speaking of
right.
helping the algorithm, please hit the like button and subscribe. I have no idea if it helps or not, but I imagine it does.
It can't hurt.
It can't. So, Tina, how's your week been?
I've been going good. Went to an open mic, my first open mic night.
Oh, those are awful.
It
Wait,
wasn't. I laughed at everyone, but you could definitely tell like some people were. Wasn't their first time, but you could tell they were new and they were like a little bit nervous.
now the twist was
Like,
you laughed at everyone, but it wasn't a comedy show. It was just more of like a musical performance.
it was just like at a bar, not too far from here, and more of like a dive bar,
Uh,
and yeah.
I've only been to an
What?
open mic night one time, and it's a really kind of somewhat funny story in the sense that like it was the most awkward, not funny stuff you've ever seen. So it was an open mic night, and the theme was death. And so the MC for the evening, he wasn't funny, but he had comedic timing and stage presence. You could tell he'd practiced and he's professional at it. But then the first person who goes up, uh, to do his whole bit, it's almost like a therapy session. It's like not even there's no joke. It's just sort of like, so yeah, my grandma died, and I'm still sort of dealing with that, and my cat died too, and that was terrible.
He's
And there
just
was some like,
leaning into the death.
there was no punchline to anything that was being said. It was just I almost thought the guy was about to cry, and my wife thought almost the same thing. We almost wanted to hug him. It's terrible.
Uh,
So it was
I wish I would have been there.
it
I feel
was.
like the girl I was with wanted me to go sign up and go on stage, even though I had absolutely nothing.
Would you?
I would if I had like something to try out. I was like last second. I was not planning on going or even thinking about going that night. So
I would totally do an open mic night, but not just on a whim. I would have to prepare.
yeah, I don't have I don't even have 10 seconds worth of material to try out. I was thinking like on the way there, do I have any sort of like jokes in my head? I'm like, no.
Yeah, my brother Mick,
Does he?
he's done open mic. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, but he's actually funny. So I don't know how it went. I mean, I can't remember the last time we talked about it. Anyways, uh,
Interesting.
I've had an interesting day for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
tell me about
okay, really quickly because I know people want to actually get into the video.
it.
I had a conversation with a coworker who thought that math was a conspiracy.
Really?
Yeah. It was an interesting talk. It started off with just a simple like kind of conversation about what's wrong with kids today. Uh oh shoot, Tina, are you still there? You froze.
Oh yeah, for a second. No, we're back.
Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. So I had this conversation with a coworker about just general like kind of topic like what's wrong with kids today and like why they so messed up. And I would say I think it was what I said was I don't think it was that controversial, but I said smartphones, access, and social media are probably the two big factors why kids are fucked up. But
Yeah.
he thought he blamed the teachers. He just really hates
Interesting.
teachers. And normally when I see someone go down the path to blame the teachers, it's probably like either a critical race theory stuff or trans stuff or something like that. But no, I just like he thought that math was a conspiracy.
What was it? Hold on, I have to hear his reasoning.
Okay, I'll give you his argument as verbatim as I can give you. So what's 5 times 0?
0.
Okay. So if you have 5 fingers and you multiply by 0, how many fingers do you have?
0?
You still have the 5 fingers. He was saying they're still there.
That argument. Okay. Okay. We were talking about real numbers.
No, it's just I was so flabbergasted. I that he was mad at the teachers because he thinks that they're all promoting lies. And then I just flat out asked him, was like, okay, so if your son, like, you had a choice between your son being really good at math or really bad at math, which would you choose? He said, well, obviously really good. He said, because I know the world we live in.
Okay, at practical math, at the five fingers math.
Well, just that he knew that his son was going to be living in a world that believes math is real.
Okay.
So it's better to have a kid who's good at math, even though you know it's not real.
I watched this interesting video long ago. I think it was by Veritasium that essentially explained that math in itself can't it can't prove itself. Like, and the math doesn't add up when trying to explain all of math.
How?
It essentially it's like incomplete.
I remember we
Like
talked about this one time at like New
yeah.
Year's, I think, a few years ago.
It's a longer video. It's really interesting though, and it's it it dives into a lot of math that even I can't explain. But
Would it be worth reacting to?
I don't know.
Not a lot
I
of
don't know
content
if
to be
our
milked.
viewers would love that.
Oh, our viewers, all 5 of them, would love anything we do because they love us.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so I do believe that we are going to be a rocket ship. We are in rocket ship in reverse. We've lost 2 viewers, subscribers in the last year. That's mostly because we didn't put out any content between May and January. It was
Yeah,
just
we're
a dead zone.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're making strides to change that. So rocket ship starting 2024. This is our year. Let's get into the
if
video.
we can make a video every week, you can watch us every week.
I'm gonna start doing clips just to help the algorithm.
Quickly,
right.
I need to know who you support, Karen.
Oh my god.
Shirt.
I support everyone having a good time.
Okay.
And by that I mean a plane crash on the way.
All right. I think I caught a glimpse of it off camera, but
What?
I thought I caught a glimpse of it off camera.
A glimpse of what?
Your t-shirt.
Oh, well, no, that's my t-shirt.
You support single moms.
I support it's mirrored, but I support single moms. Yeah. What's that to do with what are we talking about? We're talking about the Super Bowl, right?
In a way that's relevant to our video, right?
Yes, it is. Weird transition because I thought you were going with the Super Bowl, my Super Bowl pick, and then we're just gonna transition to the video. That's fine. We'll do it. So, our video we're reacting to today is from a channel by the name of, where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Greg Owen, the mighty Greg Owen. Okay, so Greg Owen did a video called "What is Dad TV?" The genre that is crushing the ratings. Have you ever heard of Dad TV?
Not at all. I can imagine what Dad TV would have been like when I used to watch more cable TV.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking like PBS, like construction shows, like they show you like how to like make and build stuff.
Like This Old House.
Is that the show I'm thinking
That's
of? Maybe?
with Bob Vila.
Yeah. That's right.
Um,
Maybe a show like making fun of people that always kind of do that, like the Red Green Show.
oh, like Home Improvement was kind of like that.
Yeah.
It was,
that's more mainstream.
Yeah, it is more Red Green Show, of course. I think Dad TV probably would be like sitcoms focused around the dad.
Okay, like Arrested Development.
I guess, but that's really old now, so it's not really crushing in the ratings.
That's dated.
Arrested Development was in like 2003.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's 20 years ago.
Right.
What are dads these days watching?
I don't think there are a lot of like I made this observation a while ago, but like it's just my opinion. I don't have any facts to back this up, but I feel like sitcoms from the 70s or 80s were much more family driven. Like they followed the family unit, and like you'd be the dad, the mom, and the kids getting into trouble, and like what are you gonna do? Like, and then I think Friends was a game changer. I think Friends and Seinfeld to a certain degree, where it was about singles in New York doing stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't about the family anymore.
No, it became more about like
your group of friends.
Yeah, a group of friends doing stuff.
Interesting.
In a metropolitan area. Typically.
Is that because like families were starting to the nuclear family itself, people couldn't relate to anymore?
Maybe
as it was.
That's a good question. Why was Friends so popular? I think because it glamorized a certain life of freedom. Like, um, everyone
Mm.
had seen the family sitcom done for decades now. They
Yeah, no one
knew
wants
every
to watch what their parents watched, right?
right. But
Yeah.
but the idea of like being young and single in a big city was like exotic and liberating to a lot of people. I feel like.
Both shows still very relevant today, even though like kind of Friends is out of touch. Like no one can afford to live in New York like they would.
I don't think anyone could have afforded to live in New York like they did. I think that was the most unrealistic thing about the show to begin with, because like Chandler was the only one who was ever explained to have any money, really. But like, what Monica was like a cook at a restaurant,
Yeah,
and
Rachel was
a waitress.
she was a waitress, but she had money because of her family.
No, but she
Ross, I think, was the only one that had like a legit job
well, Chandler
in
had a legit
colleges.
job. They just never explained what he did.
Oh, Joey was on some TV too.
But like, all in all, it doesn't seem like they could have afforded, especially Monica of all people, to have that apartment.
Yeah, I mean those apartments, 2 bedrooms, kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
big places in New York.
For a coffee shop waitress and a cook. That's
Yeah.
being a little mean. Chef, how about that?
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so let's just watch the video because we both of us neither one of us know what to expect. So
Yeah,
we
I'm curious.
yeah. So all right. So remember, this is watch together. You have every option to pause, just like I do. So
Yeah. You
three,
want to start us off?
yeah, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Of showing you that you are not unique in almost any way. Having access to the entire globe will bring you down in terms of being special. Did you know that pretty much every ethnicity thinks they are the only ones that have a plastic bag full of plastic bags at home? So many people think that is
What?
unique. Not me.
I guess I used to have that back in the day,
That's because
but
plastic bags are mostly like outlawed nowadays in
that's
Washington,
true.
in our state, though.
I remember those sorts of things, but I think it's
Yeah,
just been single so long. Everyone just throws away plastic bags if they have them, or
I
they
re-
come home with extra Tupperware from like family events that they don't need.
I remember, yeah, I know, right? But I remember like saving up all the plastic bags that it made a whole drawer in our kitchen. There's just plastic bags, and we never used them. It's just, I guess we
Yeah,
were always gonna return them, recycle them, or something, but we never did. I can't remember we ever doing that.
I feel like we saved more bags when we weren't having to pay for them, actually. Or is
Right?
it a generational thing? I don't know.
I don't know. Here's a good question though. What does ethnicity have to do with it?
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
That just
And
came out a little bit out of nowhere, wasn't it? Like, just every
really,
ethnicity thinks that they're the only ones who collect plastic bags. Is that a thing? Is that a trope?
is it? Does it cross ethnic lines?
I I
I feel like it doesn't
I
actually.
I don't know if it like does or doesn't, because it's like it's never been my thought. Like, oh, Mexicans, they're the ones, they think they're the only ones who collect plastic bags, but look at us, we do it too. Like, what the fuck does that?
Do you remember encountering a lot of plastic bags in South America?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I can't remember. That's a good question. I should actually ask my wife that.
yeah,
But I don't think we use plastic bags. Most like shopping was done locally, like I mean, like extremely locally. Like you lived on a block, and there was a baker, a butcher, like a produce stand, and a pharmacy on the block.
interesting.
So
All in the same block.
all on the same block, and then you go like 2 blocks over, it's the same thing: a butcher, a baker, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of
Huh.
good. I like that.
Yeah, very neighborhoody, but
Yeah,
in
it
a
was.
smaller sense.
No, it was extremely neighborhoodly. It was nice, I must say. That was one of the best things about the part of Ecuador I went to, was that
Okay.
feeling.
Huh.
So everyone on the block knew each other because you always had to go to the same places.
Yeah, I guess if you're not traveling far, you wouldn't need too many plastic bags. But
Yeah, exactly.
again, people just throw it in their car usually, or if you don't have to make large trips and go out of your way to go to the grocery store, like
Wait, if you don't
most
have a
people
grocery,
do.
I mean, if you don't have a car too. So,
Yeah,
and like, yeah, I think like there was a supermarket like that, like, but some people went to, but like I think most people would just went down their local blocks butcher shop or something. I think that's what my wife did most of the time.
hmm.
And I think that's actually one way that Latin America might be superior to the United States, actually, is just that neighborhood feel because everyone on the block has the same stores.
Hmm.
As opposed to going to a supermarket, which is just like too large. You can't really relate to anyone you're in the building with.
Yeah, you can get everything you need from a gas station, right?
I don't know about that. But you can get beef jerky, so there's that one food group. And then you can get like Cheese Whiz, and that's another food group. And
Anything you need to survive.
do they have milk and eggs at gas stations?
They do at some, yeah.
Okay.
It depends on the gas station.
I can't imagine those are quality eggs.
I'd be interested if someone made a video like ranking all 50 states like gas stations.
We'll go with Texas number 1.
Definitely
The Costco
Texas
of
number
gas
one.
stations, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's, yes. Even though I was underwhelmed.
I was underwhelmed too because it was a fucking gas station. I gotta tell that part, but like Tina here, like we went to Texas together, and he had 2 wishes. He wanted to flip off Joel Osteen. We went to Houston, flip off Joel Osteen, and go see a Buc-ee's. Which, if anyone is in Texas, it's a nice gas station, kind of, but it's just a gas station. I don't know why.
It is nice, yes, but it's not. I was told it would be like the Costco of gas stations.
I know. I was expecting a lot more than just basically like a Love's. That's what it was.
Yeah. A nice clean, larger gas station.
Right.
Yeah.
Was clean though, and wasn't it like something like the employees there were well paid too?
I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I don't even know about the price of gas if it's expensive or not. But...
Oh, it was cheap. I remember that. Oh, I couldn't say Buc-ee's relative to other gas stations in Texas. I just knew gas stations in Texas relative to where we live was cheap, but I don't know if they were like the sort of Whole Foods of gas stations.
Right. Though I'm a dad, but I'm not your typical dad.
Oh, come now. That is a lie.
What? I'm different.
Are those dirty New Balances that you have on?
I wouldn't call them dirty, but they do need new insoles.
What's your favorite hat?
This plain gray one with no logos whatsoever. What's your point?
Favorite band?
I mean, probably the Eagles, but really the entire decade of the 70s is peak music.
Oh, hey, it's time to go, but the kids aren't ready.
Oh, gang, come on. Let's hit the road.
I'm hungry.
Okay, that last one got me actually.
What was the last one?
Just like we got to get going, and then like, come on, gang, let's hit the road. The whole gather them up, let's get going.
I know, yeah.
That one hits home a little
ducklings.
bit. All right. Did you relate to any of those dad cliches? Like,
okay, yeah, a little. The sneezing, yeah, that's a big one.
You gotta be the biggest sneeze in the room.
Yeah. I think a lot of that is because a lot of dads snore, and I think because they snore because they don't have large nose,
All right.
airways.
Okay.
And so it causes them to sneeze loud out their mouth.
Jeez, you know a lot more about like sneezing and snoring.
I'm a little sensitive because people at work tease me because when I sneeze, it's like a chew.
Really? You have a like kind of a feminine sneeze? A chew?
Yeah. I try to get it all out my nose, and it just kind of like
give me the bet. Don't do like a little thing. Like actually simulate a sneeze as best you can. What's your sneeze sound like? Okay, that is pretty funny. I don't mean to tease, but I did.
Bless you, sort of.
Mm-hmm. I think you might be getting some like I think you might have been onto something when you said what is dad TV, because like he's in the garage right now.
That's
wearing
true, yeah.
a flannel t-shirt. Or
I actually related way too much to the shoes that need new insoles and the hat that has no logos.
Really?
A little bit too much.
My dad never wear any hats, so the really old sneakers thing is a thing. So
oh yeah,
definitely.
I got holes, I think, in almost all my sneakers.
Why do men not take care of their feet?
That's a good question, right?
My wife
or their underwear.
Oh yeah. Well, I think there's something to be said about like a single man could like live in a cardboard box if he can get laid in it. That was a Dave Chappelle joke. Like, or I think it was Dave Chappelle, I'm pretty sure, way back when, like in the early 2000s. It's like we put on the airs of like even grooming ourselves is putting on airs to like
That's us peacocking.
Yes, exactly.
Put
And
on
it's just,
shoes.
we're
A hat
just
with a logo.
just wearing clean clothes and not smelling is putting on airs for people. It's crazy. But I'm understanding that was my way of life for my 20s, and my wife has helped me mature and grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
We less socks with holes in them, and
well, she just throws them away now. I don't even.
oh,
I never
well,
would.
someone did that for me. I'd do it.
when you were growing up and your mom would do it for you,
She
absolutely.
would, yeah.
Exactly, because women do that for their men, but like at the same time, men don't ever take care of themselves. It's funny.
I just don't even notice the holes in them unless it gets where it's like an awkward hole that my toe kind of sort of fits through but doesn't, and then it's annoying.
Here's an awkward question. Have you ever had a pair of underwear that wasn't just had a hole in it, but was actually like deteriorating?
Yes.
It's-
I had it like barely holding on by a thread. Yeah.
And did you throw it away?
No. Eventually, yes. Eventually,
Eventually,
yes.
you had to, I'm sure. But
Because it wasn't really holding on by a thread anymore.
oh my god, what the hell? All right. Okay, so we're starting to get a feel for what I forgot his name. Was it Alex or Glenn? Greg Owens. We're getting a feel for what Greg's kind of lining up, but just cliches about dads. So
yeah. Now,
do you
what
have
do they
a-
watch?
okay, he might go into this, but here's a curiosity. Does it bother you, or do you like or dislike the dumb dad trope in most comedies?
I like the dumb dad trope.
See,
I think I think that was really is it Homer Simpson that
Homer.
really brought that on, right?
Homer
I
was
think
the big
before
one.
that they were kind of like more competent, sort of.
You could say Al Bundy from Married with Children. I don't think he was dumb. He was just
I was right around the same time, right?
yeah. Homer is definitely the main beginnings of the dumb dad trope. Peter Griffin, obviously a lot of animated shows have the dumb dad.
Yeah. Who's your favorite dumb dad?
Probably Homer. But I only say this because I have a friend who is a dad, and he hates the dumb dad trope because they always portray like the dad as being this bumbling idiot and like the wife is taking care of everything. And he says that's not how my household works.
I'm the one cooking. I'm the one taking him to school.
Well, yeah, because they always like home. Like that's the thing with like Marge is keeping everything together, and Homer is incompetent and makes everything worse.
I mean, who knows? Maybe the new Simpson Homer's the smart one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't watched The Simpsons in probably more than a decade. Yeah. Here's a
At
thought.
least a new one.
Here's a funny thought. There's definitely way more bad seasons of Simpsons than are good seasons at this point, and yet it's a treasured show.
I mean, was it probably at least 6 good seasons, great seasons?
I would say, yeah, the 90s, like the first 10 seasons were fantastic. At least the first 10, I give them quality. And you're probably right. Like for maybe 6 seasons, they were impeccable. They were the best.
Yeah, some of the best shows out there. Yeah, only have like 5 or 6 seasons.
But they've been on the air for 24 years since the 90s. So
I'm not the one to justify why I'm still on here.
Right. Yeah. Here's another one that like kind of confuses me. Like at this point, there are more bad Star Wars movies than good ones.
Jesus, you're right. There could be an argument there's more better animated shows Star Wars than there are actual.
I never got into the animated Star Wars shows, so
I've heard
I couldn't
good
say.
things.
Okay.
For the real Star Wars fans.
All right. Maybe we'll review one of them in one of our podcasts. But let's move on.
Right.
Hi, Hung. I'm basic.
Don't. Can we roll something to make him happy?
Oh, that's really nice. Well, in addition to those things, I'm predictable in another way. I'm a dad, and I enjoy dad dramas. What are dad dramas, you ask? I had the same question after I watched Reacher, and then I saw an article about dad TV you might enjoy if you liked watching Alan Richardson beat up money launderers. I perused the article, certain that I wasn't so predictable.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, yes, let's have a look at just how basic I am with some of these shows, just how amazing Reacher Season 2 was, and I have some thoughts on why we love these kind of shows so much. Before we get going, I just want to ask you 2 quick questions. Number 1, have you checked your oil? You need to stay on top of that. Number 2, have you hit the like button?
All right, he's doing his promo. Have you ever watched Reacher?
No, is that the one with? I know it's a show with what's his name from The Office.
The Office? No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you're right. There is another one. No, that's not the show he's talking about.
Yeah, I
But I
think I
think
watched the first movie with Tom Cruise, right?
I think that there is a Reacher show or movie with Jim from The Office. You're right. I forgot all about that. But no, there's a new show about Reacher. Jack
Another
Reacher.
one?
Yeah. It's a popular character.
little bit of
I
a
don't
Reacher
understand it, but I'm
concept.
not like into Tom Clancy or any kind of like spy or any kind of like. I'm just not into that sort of like genre.
Yeah. Neither am I. I know people that kind of like it. I
Mhm.
want to say.
Do you like James
The
Bond?
Wire. I like James Bond. I'll watch James Bond. I don't go out of my way to watch James Bond though.
Okay. Because I've just seen clips of Reacher, and it looks okay, looks good. But the problem
Yeah.
is that the main guy that they cast, if you've ever seen the show Blue Mountain State,
I've heard of it. Yeah.
it's the kind of how's the best way to describe
Football.
it? Like
Right.
it's a cult classic, but it's a
Like
gross
2 seasons, right?
comedy. Yeah, there's only like 2 seasons, but it's like a gross out sex comedy about college football. And, like-
Specifically, the second string quarterback.
He basically goes to a school that he knows he won't play for just because he doesn't want to actually play. He just wants to have the football lifestyle and get laid.
Who could blame him?
Right. But like there's the guy that got to play Reacher plays one of the main characters in that show, and whenever I see him, even though he's way more serious, I can't help but see Thad Castle, who is the
That's his
character.
name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe we'll watch a quick clip of that show before the end of this podcast, 'cause it's a funny show. But it's just it's. Can you think of a person who made the leap from comedy to drama and it just didn't work for you?
Oh, like it just didn't translate.
Like you shouldn't see like the best example I can think of is like Malcolm's dad going to Breaking Bad. Like everyone
that
thought.
was a phenomenal jump.
I know it's a great jump, but
Yeah.
it's the most
I
classic
thought you were
one.
talking about bad jumps.
Oh, the worst jump. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great jumps. Yeah. Definitely. Bryan
Ben-
Cranston.
Ben Stiller in Simple Jack. Worst jump
Has
to drama
Ben
there
Stiller
was.
really done any like serious? I know he's done
Nah.
more serious movies, but
No.
he's
I
not-
was making a
not
Tropic
many.
Thunder joke. You know that.
I know.
No, I don't
But
think
then I got on the
I don't think Ben Stiller has ever done like a drama. He's the
there
one.
was like one maybe sorta.
No, because you got like Jim Carrey likes doing drama when he can. Robin Williams obviously was master of drama. Adam Sandler's even done drama. I don't think Ben
Yeah.
Stiller's ever done a drama.
There's at least one. It's like something Walter Mitty or something like that.
Is that one a drama? I haven't seen that one.
I heard
thought
it
it
was
was
kinda
like-
sad.
I thought it was like a sad comedy.
A dramedy.
Yeah, a dramedy. Could be wrong.
Maybe.
Alright.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head with Malcolm in the Middle's dad and
Yeah, I can't remember
Jamaica.
the actor's name, but so goofy and funny, and yet then he becomes like this super serious character, and it works. But I remember like at the time, like people like making the joke all the time that this was a bad casting.
I know, like it can after that, like no one knew him as Malcolm in the Middle's like dad. He's like, oh,
At
he's the
that
guy.
point, no,
Yeah.
he actually
Very few people do that.
he ascended into the point that we consider him an actor now.
Like I don't think Daniel Radcliffe will ever not be Harry Potter, right? He's done stuff outside of it. Some good
I
stuff.
will always see him as the farting corpse from what's that movie called? Fuck, Matchstick Man? No, it's not. It's
no.
Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army, yeah.
That's how I'll always
Watch
see it.
that.
Yes, I see that. That's a great movie. It's a stupid movie, but
So absurd of a concept, but it works.
the dumbest idea ever for a movie I've ever heard. And that includes like movies like Rubber. It's just, and the fact that they got like someone like Daniel Radcliffe to play the corpse is hilarious.
I think when you're him, you have to do stuff like that.
Well, when you're someone like him who's got all the money in the world, he can do whatever he wants. He's like,
That's true.
I'll just do whatever zany project I want to do. He's also played a white nationalist in a movie.
Has he? What movie?
I just seen the pictures of him like with a shaved head doing the Heil Hitler salute. I don't know. Maybe that was real life.
Oh, okay.
maybe it wasn't a movie, and I just saw the screenshot, and I was like, "Wow, he's really fucking gone on like downhill."
Or like Daniel Radical Glyph.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good one. Fucking hell. No,
Dad jokes.
dad jokes. Yeah, it'd be obviously it's a movie. I just don't know what it's called. All right, let's keep going.
Like your mom asked you several times. You know, your mother and I, we don't ask a lot of you around here. So I found a list of 15 of these shows. And, you know, maybe I am unique after all, because I actually can't say that I like them all.
That's only because you haven't seen them all.
That's not the point! So what makes something dad TV? As I listed these shows and I reflected on them, I think there have to be 4 key qualities, and I think it's kind of funny that these shows are getting banging ratings despite these qualities being twisted as being toxic in modern America. These shows just appeal to male fantasies and female fantasies. First, protecting the innocent. If you look through these lists, there is a running theme of the guy who isn't going to stand around and see good people or children get hurt by the bad guys. He's going to do something about it. This is a man fantasy. And it's quite sad to see that it's been interpreted as toxic by certain segments of the population. You can find supercuts online of guys, especially in 80s and 90s movies, saying, let her go, to the bad guy who has the lady hostage and things are about to go down and the day is about to be saved.
What do you think about that? Do you think that's pretty common male fantasy is just the hero and protects the innocent?
Yeah, I'd say so. You want to be a protector, right? And
yeah, a lot of the memes I see around like male fantasies from all the people nowadays it's pretty simple. It's either like it's one of two things. Like every man has one of two fantasies, like wife, kids, house, picket fence, dog, all that stuff. That's one, and you and your brothers dying in a blaze of glory, like 300 style. Like it's a bit of, it's funny, but like that's the one of the two. You either want to be like the quiet, simple, like family life, or I want to die in a blaze of glory. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no in betwixt, right?
Do you relate to that? Do you ever have either one of those fantasies?
No, I feel like I'm neither. Maybe that's why I don't gravitate towards dad comedy or dad jokes.
You don't do dad TV because you don't get one of those? But you get to protect the innocent one. That part you like.
I get that, but gotta protect the innocent and have a family.
Yeah, it's just putting your family in the way.
Yeah.
It's like you remember that old Derek comedy sketch about like the daughters?
No.
Oh man, it's a fucking hilarious. It's about like an agent who's basically trying to get his daughter back from the terrorists, except he's had so many daughters, so he has like 10 daughters are kidnapped by 10 different terrorist groups.
Okay. It's like Taken, but to an extreme.
That's the joke, is basically he's on the phone, like he has a gun to a terrorist's head who has his daughter. He gets a phone call and he says like, it's my wife. She has my daughter. It's a really funny sketch. Those guys were funny back in the day.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just not quite that age, or I don't have enough friends that have like kids and have started watching like dad TV. You know, like maybe once all my friends have like kids and are all watching the same thing, we'll all share those experiences watching those
maybe
TV series together.
Okay, so we got one dad fantasy is protect the innocent. So, and you said that one sort of appeals to you. So we don't know if you're going to like any of these shows yet. But there's 3 more we can hear.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep going.
This is now being viewed as toxic misogyny because it implies women can't do it for themselves or something. It's a really strange way to view the world, but whatever. Protecting the defenseless is even more relevant to parents because we have people we really would kill for. So that's why guys tune in to watch The Mandalorian protect Grogu, or Jack Reacher rescuing a woman from a carjacking in the first few minutes of Reacher Season 2, or Nathan Ford helping people being preyed upon by the rich and powerful in Leverage. What's funny about a lot of these shows is that the supposed pursuit of toxic male glory is obviously being projected by the kinds of idiots who say things like that, because in almost all of these shows, where does the good guy go after the day is saved? He fades into the background, content with the knowledge that he has done good in the world. Horrifically toxic. There was a thing going around recently that guys think about the Roman Empire a lot, which I don't fully believe, or maybe I'm just...
Disagree. I think about it all the time.
Yeah, we've been over this, right? I don't know on air, right?
But yeah, how often do you think about the Roman Empire, Marty? Tina?
Almost never.
Never? Oh my God, you're missing out. I think about
it at least once a day.
I think about it at least once a day, I feel like.
One of the last times I saw you were listening to an audio podcast about the Ottoman Empire.
They're interesting. Not as interesting as the Romans, but very interesting. Yeah. I mean, there's I don't know. People like, I think there's some glory to that's kind of like, it also goes to the whole fact I'm a big Warhammer fan. And the Warhammer is basically like a recreation of the Roman Empire just in the future.
Okay, a futuristic Roman Empire.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like if the Roman Empire existed into the 40,000 year 40,000. Because it's like all glory to the emperor and basically destroy all the barbarians. Well, they call them Xenos, so I'll destroy all the Xenos. But
who's the Caesar?
the God Emperor.
The god. Oh, there's a God Emperor.
Oh, you don't know this about Warhammer, dude? You got to get into your Warhammer low. There's a show coming out later this year or next year.
With
it could be.
Henry Cavill, right?
Right. He's a super fan, so he's producing.
Good on him.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a God Emperor, but like the God Emperor denies that he's a god, but that doesn't prevent all of his followers from worshiping him.
Oh, so he's the reluctant God Emperor. He doesn't want people to.
Exactly.
Okay. He's like any celebrity or mega celebrity.
Definitely, because most celebrities have a god complex. You know, I was talking with a friend recently. There's about celebrities. You know what the weird thing about celebrities is? Like most actors. Let's stick with acting, right?
Sure.
So actors are professional liars. Their job is to lie about who they are and be convincing liars. And then we give an award to the best liar. That's acting. Okay. That's acting.
Yeah, to convince someone that they are who they're not, or they are who they say they are.
Yeah, you say convince, I'm saying lie.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Does that make it morally wrong?
Yes, all acting is evil. So when I'm watching, I don't know, Hunger Games, and they're not actually fighting to the death in the woods, I feel like I'm being lied to, and I think that's wrong.
Down with them.
Do you disagree?
Yeah, I disagree.
What do you disagree with? How am I wrong? Show me the logical flaw. Why? Okay, prove to me that actors aren't liars.
That they aren't liars?
Yeah.
Oh, they're being. We know who they are beforehand. They're not trying to convince us that they're themselves, right?
No, that would just be called telling the truth.
Hi, I'm Henry
Tina.
Cavill.
Yeah, I'm Henry. I'm not Henry Cavill. That'd be lying. I'm Karen. But yes, Henry Cavill saying I'm Henry Cavill would be.
I'll be playing God Emperor for.
That would be him lying.
What is playing lying?
Is playing lying? Yeah, little girls who do like fake tea parties and there's no tea there. They're lying. You got to break that shit up. I'm gonna go flip the table. Okay, you don't have to agree. Well, you do, because I'm right.
Yeah, I don't have the mathematical logical set to give you, but
all right, maybe this is the topic for a different podcast. All right. Okay, we'll just keep going. Okay, I want to hear these other male fantasies.
In the minority on this one, But if you go ask a guy how often he imagines stopping a terrorist attack in the grocery store or coming across a mugging in progress and stopping it or something, yeah, it's constant. I'll be in the Sam's Club for my weekly visit thinking, "Huh, those terrorists better not try it in here. I might look like the Michelin Man, but I will bring that flannel brawny toughness and I will leave a member's mark on that ass."
I actually did stop a thief in a grocery store one time
The what?
at a Bartell Drugs.
You went
And
to a
I did
Bartell?
not. Yeah, I was shopping at Bartell's. I forget what I was trying to get. I was standing in line, and there was this guy walking out with something, and then I like stopped him and then grabbed it out of my hands and gave it to security.
What?
But I felt bad afterwards.
For
as I
why?
started thinking
Wait,
about
okay.
it.
Hold up. Let's you just stopped a guy.
He was running out the store with and this is why I felt bad. Trying to steal toilet paper.
Okay. Why do you feel bad?
I feel like someone trying to steal toilet paper really needs toilet paper.
All right.
True story.
Okay, so you prevented a robbery and you felt bad because
Yes.
the thing he was stealing was toilet paper.
Yes.
And you can
I was acting out of instinct because
and you can picture yourself. Don't most public restrooms have toilet paper?
I'm thinking this person didn't have access to public restroom.
Wait. I thought Starbucks did the whole thing where like all their restrooms are public restrooms. I don't know if that's still the policy, but that was like I remember a few years ago that they got in trouble for like, well, the most typical thing, racism, and they made all their restrooms public restrooms.
Maybe I'd have to look back into that. I remember something like that happened.
Yeah, it was like one in Philadelphia where like they were just like a couple of they were black, but they were just a couple guys who met at a Starbucks for a meeting, but they didn't order anything. So the manager told them that they couldn't use the restroom because they weren't paying customers. And then she called the cops on them. I don't remember the whole story after that, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then in response, Starbucks, like whoever was the CEO at the time was, basically said that we're going to make all restrooms public restrooms, which didn't work out well, I don't think, in the long run.
No. Can you do that in a Walmart? I mean, I guess there's no Walmart. I mean, this is in Seattle, in the city, so.
Seattle doesn't have Walmart?
I don't think there's one in Seattle proper.
What a backwards fucking hobunk place there that is, huh?
I don't think there's any Walmarts in any
King County.
No, definitely in King County. I think there's one. Well, maybe it's in Snohomish. I'm not sure.
Okay, but the basics of this story is you prevented a robbery, but because he was stealing toilet paper, you felt bad.
Yeah.
What made you just like what made you like of all time? Is it because you work in retail and you just felt like
just
instinct kicked in
that position? Yeah.
Was it a big guy, Tina?
No, it wasn't. It was about my size.
Oh. Don't sell yourself short. All right.
Yeah, I didn't feel like a man.
Okay, so that was not you living your fantasy.
Yeah, I didn't feel like a daddy.
Okay. I do know at least two people who do fantasize about that though. Like they go to the grocery store with their concealed carry and they think I just hope something happens. Kind of feeling.
Really?
Oh yeah, tons.
I feel like that's the male equivalent of a girl going to the store so that she might just run into someone she knows to chat with.
What? That's kind of a big leap, don't you think? Like going to the store to chat with someone versus going to the store hoping that like shit happens and you fucking have to get into shoot a robber or something.
Well, it's like the male equivalent, yeah. Maybe it's not like a fantasy. Maybe the female fantasy is meeting into the person they love at the store. I don't know. That
would be more of a fantasy. Just like saying, my fantasy is to go to the store and bump into someone I know so I can have a quick chat. What kind of fantasy is that? Who's wasting a good fantasy on that, Tina? Like, honestly. Oh, I remember you. Oh yeah, we oh, hey, it's been a while since we've seen each other. How you been?
All right, you got me. And not
Okay, no,
fantasy.
it's not a female fantasy, but I think all right. Maybe like falling into your true love could be considered like a female fantasy at the grocery store or something. I could buy
What
that
do you
more.
think's more likely?
I think people you can meet in grocery stores.
Oh, the guy. What do you think's more likely to
Oh,
happen?
that you meet your true love at a grocery store, then like you're gonna prevent a robbery
Oh, okay.
or like prevent like a mass shooting or something. I don't think that's obviously it happens. I just don't think it's very likely versus people meeting someone, chance encounters. Like I heard something about the UK, like apparently a lot of people like meet in grocery stores, like markets.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like I don't know if there's any data to back that up. I just heard that was a cliche in the UK. Is like
Okay.
apparently like, women go to grocery stores and they meet their man there because they're both shopping.
Maybe the guys are like, "Hey, check out this aubergine. Does it look ripe?"
Aubergine?
The English word for eggplant.
Oh, for God's sakes.
I'm
I'm proud of you for knowing that. Also a little embarrassed, but
sure
well,
someone listening to us got it, hopefully.
I'm hoping that we have a lot of listeners in the UK. I know we're big in Finland, but trying to get a UK audience.
All right.
Wait, quick question. Have you ever flirted with a girl or tried to get a girl's number at a grocery store?
At a grocery store.
Or a gas station or a convenience store? Let's put them all together.
No, never at a store buying things. I don't
Okay.
think so.
A bar.
It's been like, yeah, definitely at a bar.
Okay, that's more common.
Yeah. I think it's more common at a bar, honestly.
Definitely.
I mean, drinks are flowing. Unless you start drinking in the grocery store, then that might change. Which is
I
happening.
can picture Tina just walking in there with a brown bag and inside like a flask around. Hey, how you doing? Want to swill?
Want to swill?
That's gonna work out as they're trying to pick up their, groceries and diapers and whatnot.
In Kirkland, of all places, they have a bar at the QFC.
They have a bar at any QSC?
In a QFC in Kirkland.
That seems wrong.
I know.
Not incorrect, just like why is that there?
I don't understand either, but
that weird when we think about it too, because like don't they
maybe
like
it's for the person fantasizing to meet someone at the grocery store.
Yeah. But don't we I mean like what was I gonna say here? Don't you just buy alcohol at a grocery store anyways?
I know, but now you can not stress, have a drink beforehand, do your grocery shopping, and then leave.
Yeah. Maybe.
You find grocery shopping stressful?
What? Did you ask if I found grocery shopping stressful?
Yeah.
No. Do you find grocery shopping stressful?
No.
Okay.
I can't remember the last time I made a grocery list.
Oh, we make a grocery list every week.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, we just write down when things
in
are
my
going
head.
on. Okay. Do you know anyone who finds stress out of going to the grocery store?
No, but I could see it.
Yeah, that could be some extreme social anxiety. I can see, yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe if like financially you're not doing great. Like, oh, I always find it enjoyable though, looking at everything.
Yeah, I like to think recipes. I'm gonna try like going in. Like I literally like look at recipes and I try to make one new dish a week almost.
Really? Just from going to the grocery store and seeing like all the ingredients?
No. I watch a lot of cooking channels and shows. So I try to like find something that sounds interesting and I try to copy it.
Really? When did this start?
I love cooking. This is something I didn't know about myself until I got married. Like, because when I was single, like I could eat like if I wasn't just eating out like fucking taquitos from 7-Eleven, like I was like eating like just plain chicken breast with some salt and pepper and like on a George Foreman grill, and that's it, and maybe pasta, maybe.
Okay.
So I never knew I liked cooking, and then I got married, and I had someone to cook for, so I liked to try out new dishes. I liked making things that she had never had before, and her reacting to it, and like, oh my god, this is so good. That's a good feeling. So like, and I see a lot of fun in it. I see fun in grilling and sautéing, and doing all that fun stuff.
Okay.
So it's definitely a hobby that has come on later in life. Not something I did in my 20s. No.
I remember what we ate.
What? Oh.
Like an old picture of us holding up like a torn up like Nerf ball and a can of chili.
That's so stupid. Yes. That's so weird. Yes, canned chili was another one of my staples. All right,
Oh,
let's keep
still
going.
have it all the time.
You still do?
Oh yeah.
I haven't had canned chili in a long ass time.
Really? You're missing
Is it out? Oh yeah, Chef Boyardee. How I do
I have
that?
it at least like twice a week.
Oh my god! Why do you do it? Why do you do that? Is it good? Like quality? Is it?
It just hits the spot. It's like the right amount of calories with protein and fiber. And
I'm not arguing that's not maybe not a healthy dish. It's just canned chili though. It's how exciting is that? Oh, put it in the microwave. Bing. Got it.
I guess what's worse is I ate the canned chili mac.
The chili mac. I
sometimes.
don't know what that.
I mean, it's a can of chili basically with mac and cheese. That two things you can easily make. But
Oh, that sounds actually delicious.
no, it's great.
Well, you gotta have the simple joys. But let's move on.
Monkey.
Come here, quick, serious bit here. Fellas, there are a lot of people in your community that need your help, but probably not in a violent or explosive way, sadly. As fun as it is to think about being a hero, you don't need to wait for a terror attack or a mugging. You can go help people in your area today. Hidden in your town or city are the poor, the addicted, the imprisoned, and the lonely, and they need saving. The good news here is that you don't need to be a 7-foot tall slab of muscle to help. You just need to sacrifice your time in the service of others. And what better example for protecting the innocent than The Last of Us? Obviously, this goes in. It's a show about a dad taking care of a vulnerable child, and he's got a soft spot for puns. Yeah, this show is great for everyone, and I do recommend it. There's a great story here with a good blend of drama, suspense, humor, and a whole lot of heart. Also, for the dads, Pedro Pascal is once again facing down the odds to protect someone vulnerable.
He does
That's a
get
great
those
show.
roles though, doesn't he?
Oh, Pedro Pascal, I think maybe not a well, I think in the last 2 years he's been like the actor I think that's blown up the most.
Yeah, he's big. But like the two shows, like yeah, he's been most famous for Mandalorian and Last of Us, and isn't it the same sort of storyline? If like
Basically, yeah.
yeah.
It's like not your dad.
yeah, exactly. I watched part of Mandalorian. I couldn't get into it. I found it really slow, and
I
I
watched
haven't
the first season. I enjoyed it.
and I haven't watched The Last of Us. You?
Okay.
Have you?
think no, I haven't watched any of the last seasons of The Mandalorian.
No. Last of Us.
Oh, yes, I have. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
great show. I think you would love it.
Yeah. I've been recommended it by several people, so you'd be like number 3 or 4 now telling me I should watch it. So I will.
Definitely, you should. I mean, the first episode is a banger. It gets off to a good start.
Here's
It's not
here's
like a slow
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Oh, here's a recommendation for you if you're looking for a movie. RRR.
Rest, relaxation, and recycling. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
No, it's not that. No.
Oh.
I think it's Rise, Roar, Revolt.
Oh, okay.
It's a really
The
good movie.
recycling ground
That's the like best movie I've seen all year. Best movie I've seen in years, probably.
this year.
Yes, it's not from this year. It's from 2022, but I just saw it for the first time like a week or 2 ago. But it was the best
okay.
movie I've seen in many years.
In many years.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of faith in modern movies, and this one renewed it. It's a great ass movie. The action
Really?
is so amazingly over the top and hilarious.
Is it Indian?
Yes.
Okay, I think I've seen previous one.
You've seen clips of it. It's the
Yeah,
action.
it's kind of
The dance scenes and the action scenes are so over the top and hilariously amazing that they're just it's so much fun. The whole
okay.
movie is great, and underneath all the crazy action is a genuinely good story with good acting
Okay.
and kid characters.
Okay, so
So-
not just full like Bollywood.
No, there's a real story with real drama going on that you can get into. But just to make it even better, to take it to the next level, it's the crazy action and dance scenes.
Okay,
All right.
I'll definitely have to give it a try now
Yeah.
that I know someone that's watched it.
The only downside is it's like 3.5 hours long.
Holy crap!
It's a very long movie.
That's a long movie.
I know it is a long movie. It definitely feels
like the
long,
Martin Scorsese of Indian cinema.
maybe, but funny enough, it's 3.5 hours long. I didn't feel bored at any point.
Okay.
So I'm into everything that's going on the whole time.
All right. Engaging.
Yes.
Which is what all dads want to do deep down. You know, we like to think that if push came to shove and our kid was
Taken.
in danger, we would magically grow Liam Neeson's particular set of skills and go Death Goblin mode on anyone in the way. However, at the same time, if a kid is not in danger and they're just being kind of annoying, we're happy to tell them that. Seriously, Ellie, just shut the hell up sometimes. I need to use my own brain for a second. Does Pedro have
does
kids?
kinda
He
happen.
seems like he's doing more than acting in these roles. Wow, he does not. That is some damn fine acting. Seriously. I also mentioned leverage. Hey, do you like heists? Do you like seeing rich and powerful people get a taste of their own medicine when they take advantage of innocent people? Then you're going to love this show. Former insurance investigator Nathan Ford turns into a Robin Hood-style vigilante using his knowledge and his team's skills to turn the tables
hitter.
on those who would
I like
abuse
that.
their station.
He had a baseball bat. You see that?
Yeah, I did. I'm kind of sold on this.
It's be funny if like everyone like I'd be hilarious to me if everyone had a special set of skills for a heist. Like one was a hacker, one was a computer expert, one was a safe expert, and he's like, "What do you do?" I have a baseball bat. Wait, not even a gun. Like we're going
was
into
their
a
thing in Ocean's 11.
yeah. What?
Oh, that was their that. It sounded like you're describing Ocean's 11 there until you said the last one.
No, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like everyone like looked like they were expert at what they did, and this guy just has a baseball bat.
I'm the muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, wait. You know, not even a gun. Like we're going to a place where there's guns. You're just gonna bring a bat? What are you doing, Tina? What are you doing?
Hold on 1 second. My computer is about to die.
Oh.
I thought it was plugged in, but it's not. Okay, back on.
Okay. Looks like you were going down on your laptop for a second.
Maybe it was.
I don't know what's on your second screen, so who knows?
Second must for Dad TV is having a posse who will ride with you into the pit of hell at the drop of a hat if it means that justice is getting served.
I told you 300. 300 is a male fantasy.
Teenage male fantasy? You think it's a dad fantasy though?
I don't know if it's a dad fantasy. No, because the
Yeah.
dad has something to live for. They have kids. But it's a male
Yeah.
fantasy to basically just like be in 300.
How do you take 300 and make it a dad fantasy?
Leonidas is a dad. How do you make it a dad fantasy? Cersei has his son. The Persian king had the Persian king has Leonidas' son.
Okay.
That's
And
how you
instead
make
of
it.
300 men, it's one guy.
Oh no, it has to be a group of. Okay, so Cersei has all 300 Spartan sons.
all the children of Sparta.
All the children of the Spartans, all the children of Sparta, and they all go. That's what they do. Yes, that's how you make 300 a dad fantasy, not just a male.
Oh,
fantasy.
okay. It's about because they're just protecting Sparta, not their family.
They're protecting all of Greece and
Oh,
freedom.
that's
Don't
right,
you know?
yes.
Propaganda that fucking Greeks didn't care about freedom. What the fuck are they talking about?
Freedom.
No. I love that movie, but that's the one thing they get really wrong. There was no like greater stand towards freedom. They think that was just Americanized part.
It's Americana and Greek form.
Yeah, it's a Greek mythology as told by Americans. Yes.
I mean, they're definitely kind of one of a kind. I mean, I don't think there's too many movies that quite do everything that it does.
No, I think 300's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't agree, but okay, she's wrong about that one. It's a comic book movie. The action it's one of like I think Zack Snyder's one of his only good movies.
Yeah.
Because he does visuals
Is.
really well. And I don't just mean the studly guys in their fucking like bikini bottoms. I mean like just the sequences, the action scenes are good.
Yeah, the over the top, gratuitous, stylized violence.
Very stylized, yeah. And like there's good writing in that. I know it's Frank Miller, based on I think it's Frank Miller who's the graphic novelist.
Comedy?
Yeah.
Or graphic novelist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's just drawing from that. So he didn't have to write his own stuff. Thank God.
Do you think this guy is Gen X or millennial? Greg.
Is that what you've been thinking?
Kind of, yeah, because I don't relate to him on a dad to dad level yet.
Mm-hmm. I think I don't think he looks old enough to be Gen X. Gen X is pretty in their 50s now, so that this guy is late stage millennial.
Okay, so early 80s.
Is that the millennials? Is it early 80s?
83, 82.
Yeah, he's probably just at the cusp of 40. At the
Okay.
oldest. He's probably just a few years older than us, to be honest. I bet he's like 36, 38.
Okay. Well, like I said, maybe once I have a kid, then I'll transform and become like these guys.
What's your favorite thing? Okay, so well, do you have a dad cliche that you want to embrace?
Definitely the wearing of the shoes that need new soles and the hat with no logo.
Yeah. You know, last year I worked with a guy all year who was becoming a dad, like his wife was pregnant and it was going to be his first kid. So we worked on his dad jokes. Like that's like we're prepping you, we're training you to become a dad. We got to work on your dad jokes.
That's good.
Yes, I helped him. He owes me that one.
I don't know if it's because you're gonna understand them for a few years, but
He's got to fucking work on it. He's got time.
that's
It's got
true.
like
Yes.
years building up where he needs to build up all those jokes.
Well, I think
Huh?
there is something to like when you have your first kid, you might change a little. I mean, a lot of people speak how it's usually like one of their top moments in their life.
Oh, it definitely would change. I mean, I can't imagine how it wouldn't, but
I feel
I
like being more of a protector, right?
very much so because it's I think I our guest host friend Phyllis has the probably my best quote I can think of for what fatherhood or parenthood in general means. He said
Mhm.
for the first time in his life he understood what it meant to kill or die for something.
Oh, okay.
Like before then it would have been silly to think that he could ever kill or die for anything other than maybe himself, but and then he's like now I understand what it means that I could easily be driven to kill or die for this thing.
Okay. And so
So
that's
that's
why
pretty
we
impactful.
recruit really young men for the army.
Of course. What
Ones
look
without
war is
kids.
war is a good control mechanism for incels. You laugh, but that's
You
fucking
might
100%
not be wrong.
that's what you do with them. Like I mean, what do you do with a bunch of angry young men who want to get laid but can't? Send them to war.
China.
Send them to China. Oh yeah, China should be worried because they have a lot of incels, so they're gonna go to war soon. I guarantee it. They have a surplus of incels.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's very unbalanced. I don't know how they're going. Maybe AI will step in and help a little bit, but
no,
or they just become not men.
No. No. The only solution is war. That's the only way you can solve the incel problem.
Okay,
You have
so definitely China's going to war.
Oh, definitely. If you have a high population of young men who are angry, hate the world, their own lives, can't get laid, the best thing you can do is go to war. Because
Okay.
then instead of killing each other, they kill others.
Okay. What we need is
I solved all of America's problems, just war. See how I did that?
Yeah.
I'm-
See?
I deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, really.
How can we have war but no death? Video games.
No, that's Ender's Game. Isn't that the twist Ender's Game? Is that the kids were actually fighting the war?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the big twist. They were training to become the real thing, and in fact, they were doing it all along.
Nah, you gotta really want to do it.
Oh yeah,
You can't just trick. That's why Ender Games is wrong. It takes away the bloodlust from the kids.
that's why you had to have 2 sequels to reconcile the guilt with killing the.
I never read the
hive
sequels,
mind.
so
I did.
you know Orson Scott Card is a Mormon.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just wanted you to know.
They're good storytellers.
And so is Stephanie Myers, or what the Twilight author.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that.
That's
If you ever
still their
rewatch Twilight,
repression.
if you ever rewatch Twilight or the sequels, that it's extremely pro-life. I'm not even joking. That's what the whole like third or fourth movie is all about. Is just like her keeping her baby, despite the fact that it's killing her.
Huh? Propaganda.
Yeah.
Dads, especially, are starved for this stuff Because most of us don't have a team, or a lot of friends for that matter. Being a husband and a father is a full-time job, and you usually don't have time for those outside strong bonds. That's why so many of these shows involve old buddies from the military or something where they formed a bond and can call on each other when needed years later. I was very lucky to have a small taste of it in an industrial firefighting and high-angle rescue team. And I can tell you, it's a good feeling to be in a group with a mission. It's also why it's important to keep up with your friends as you enter into parenthood. I mentioned my friend Jeff earlier, who is hard to get a hold of because we both have a lot going on, but we make sure to get pancakes before our kids get up on Saturday mornings about once a month, so at least we've got that. Otherwise, it could be months at a time before we happen to be free on the same night. If you love
You think when you and I are both fathers, we'll still make time for these podcasts?
It's a good question. I don't know how much work it takes for a kid. I imagine a lot.
Yeah, that's the problem. You and I are already both pretty busy people, so the fact that we get together once a week like we do is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm wondering though. I think we would.
I'm
If anything, to get away from it.
I think my life would have a lot more balance even with a kid if I didn't have I'm working 2 jobs and going to school online. If I didn't
Yeah,
have
that
the
would be
school,
hard to have a kid with that.
yeah, if I didn't have the school online, I think my life would have a lot more balance and I could still do this regularly and be a dad. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure there's guys out there that make it work despite that.
Yeah.
Definitely women that do.
Oh, I know a guy who works like fucking 60 hours a week, and he hates it. Not he's always been that kind of way, like works all the time. But now that
Yeah.
he's got a kid, he's like I feel guilty that I'm working all the time.
Yeah.
He never cared
Yeah.
before, but now he does.
See,
Mm-hmm.
changes you a little
It
bit.
does. Oh, more than a
Especially
little
your
bit.
TV taste, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I would watch Last of Us. But I'm not into Mandalorian, and I probably wouldn't be into Reacher. Looks like we're
Yeah.
gonna go to Ted Lasso or whatever this is.
Oh, you think next up,
Yeah, that's what it is.
Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
a good team story, you will love seeing Ted Lasso build a team. He's the dad we all want and want to be. His constant positivity is somehow not the toxic kind, but is infectious. I'm not being hyperbolic when I tell you that in addition to being hilarious, this show will make you want to be a better person. A recommendation from my best friend Jeff was Peacemaker, and I'll toss in The Boys here as well. The
The
intro
Boys.
to Peacemaker
Really?
alone should get you interested.
Oh, I love Peacemaker.
Really? Is this
Oh,
John
it's actually
Cena?
hilarious.
Is this John
Yeah.
Cena?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What's it
He's
about?
playing. Well, he's playing. It's a role that was in the Suicide Squad, but they just kind of made a TV show out of it.
And
But
a
it's
com-
actually hilarious.
Oh. So okay. So it's a comedy. It's not this is not
Yeah.
meant to be taken seriously. Just looking at this
No,
guy.
no, he's kind of a comedic character.
Mhm. He can
It's
be
like
funny.
the blundering superhero kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the Tick.
Kind of. It's funny. If you have a chance, give it a watch.
All right.
I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
Peacemaker and The Boys are dad TV.
The guy's name is Peacemaker.
Yes, that's the irony.
I don't care how many men, women, or children I need to get.
Guilty pleasures because it's the more gruesome side of dad dramas. It's the exploration of when the bad guys need to be taken down, but the good guys aren't quite so good. And they include some gross humor that you just can't get without the gib settings turned way up. Or is it jib? Because it's short for giblets? Oh, this is like the GIF thing all over.
GIF.
For the record, however, it is GIF with a hard G.
What's the difference?
One is my name. The other is not.
Now, as much as I enjoy these shows, I'm
Someone should have shot her.
I wouldn't have
can't-
expected the boys
No,
being dad TV.
Don't see how the boys. He's gonna relate boys to dad. Dad TV.
That would be my I just don't.
I can't see it, but I mean, isn't Mother's Milk like a dad though? Oh, and no. What's his
Kind
name? Butcher. Butcher is a dad. Well, not really.
He's a terrible dad.
Oh, he's a cuck.
Yes. Homelander is pretty much a child.
Yes. I don't think anyone would think Homelander is the person that anyone's empathizing with. Even though he's the best character in the show. But I think maybe Mother's Milk or Butcher is what he's gonna go with.
Yeah, mother's milk would be the positive dad. I think
Well,
Butcher would be toxic dad.
once again, Butcher's not a dad. Like he
I
has
know,
like
like you
his
said,
his son is just Homelander's son.
son.
Yeah. Um, Mother's Milk is like the dad who wants back in his kid's life cliche. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to. Isn't that like what he does? Like he has like his ex-wife and his
Yeah, he's
daughter.
trying to prove that he can be like a good father and
Right.
there, I
Yeah,
guess.
I think that's where he's gonna go with. Let's see.
Cooling on these a bit as time goes on. I haven't caught up on Boys season 3 yet because it's just it's a bit too gross sometimes, you know?
It is.
And Reacher wants to
Oh
ride
my
this
God,
border
and
a bit.
do you know what the thing with Starlight?
What I heard, like some plastic surgery did not go so well.
That's an understatement.
Oh, really? I
Like
haven't
she
seen
was.
her.
Oh boy. Let's see if I should bring
Oh
this up.
no, I feel
I
bad.
can't. I'm gonna send you a picture. I'm gonna. They can see it on screen. I don't know if you can't, but I'm gonna send it on the messenger.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's fine though.
Yeah, I just heard about this the other day.
Yeah.
Apparently, she's getting it pretty rough.
It's terrible looking. It's.
I don't know why she would need plastic.
She was.
I thought she looked great.
She was.
Oh no. Do I want to see this?
I. There's so many bad ones. I'm trying to find the worst one.
Oh.
This one's pretty good. I'm gonna send you this one. All right.
Right. Oh no.
Okay, here you go. Here's Starlight. You see it?
Oh. Oh.
So that was her before the plastic surgery and after.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I could see. Although it's not as bad as I was thinking. It is
it's
bad.
worse than that, actually. I trust me. You can tell.
Christmas.
It's pretty bad.
She's so young too.
She was pretty. She ruined her face. It's awful. I don't know why they do that. That's lying
Body
for you.
dysmorphia.
That's what lying gets you. Actors are liars.
Oh, there you go.
And I agree with what he said about The Boys. It's like I love that show, but it is like unnecessarily gross sometimes.
Oh my god, he hasn't even started season 3.
Isn't that the one guy who crawls up the guy's ass and sneezes and then he blows up?
Yeah, it's like the second episode or something.
It's pretty gross.
Too. Much like James Bond, there's a different girl with each book or season, and they wanted to skirt the ratings line as closely as they could. Now, I can't rightly be called old, but as I get older, this stuff just doesn't hold my attention like it used to, and I find more truth in what Cephalus replied when Socrates asked about getting older. Certainly, old age has a sense of calm and freedom. When the passions relax their hold, then we are freed from the grasp not of one mad master only, but of many.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn!
But there will likely still be a small place in my heart for the likes of these guys and Deadpool from time to time. The third ingredient is a protagonist with a strict moral code who doesn't care what has to be done to see the bad guys get what's coming. The second season of Reacher got hilarious with the body count. Reacher and the team racked up like 45 kills, and I am not exaggerating with that number. This one goes with the protecting the defenseless bit. It's a male fantasy to just bypass all the red tape, view the world in black and white, and the bad guys just get what's theirs. For example, people who abuse children are...
I can feel Jeremy cringing when he hears this.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I remember having a conversation. He hates the whole like
Oh, yeah,
cop
he hates
drama
police.
of the cops always get there. Oh yeah, he hates the police. I forgot. Yeah. But like he hates the whole cop drama of like they always get their man no matter what it takes, sort of cliche too, because like you said,
It's interesting because he really likes detective movies.
yeah, everyone likes mysteries.
Yeah, that's true.
They just some people it triggers people when they see an abuse of power.
Oh yeah, for anyone.
So yeah, so you could see they're gonna go into what's it called, Sound of Freedom now. So like
Yeah, I thought I saw that.
I don't think that guy ever violated any laws. I don't know. Like I never saw it. But just
No.
but the idea that you were gonna basically break all the rules in order to get your man. it's like it goes against everything that like Jeremy stands for in the Constitution, like about like due process and like
Comes with the job, yeah.
what?
Oh, hating the police, due process.
Oh yeah, he just in general he just hates the police, but he has a good point about due process and just like even criminals have rights, so he's
Yeah.
right about that.
But a dad's got a dad.
Dad's got a dad.
Are, in my opinion, evil and completely beyond help. And, you know, I like to be silly and I joke around in the video and stuff. Just hold on a second. I'm being 100% serious with you that if I were in charge, people who molest kids would just die in horrific and creative and excruciating ways. But that's why we have a justice system, because in practice, you can't run a society that way, which is why Dad TV is escapist fantasy where you can. What better example of cutting through the red tape and putting bad guys in the ground than Justified? I want to be as effortlessly cool as Raylan Givens. We all do. Timothy Oliphant plays maybe the coolest guy in the world in this show.
You ever seen Justified?
No,
Oh, okay.
I've heard of it. I thought it was the vampire series, though.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's Justified even sounds like kind of a crime drama.
I must be thinking of a different Timothy Oliphant series then.
Oh, does he play a vampire?
There's some weird one with the vampire and him. I think it only had like 2 seasons.
All right. Let's keep watching because I want to get through as much of this as we can because it's getting a little late.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
He's stoic but witty. He figures out what's really going on, and when it's time to handle business, well, he's got his business socks on.
It's time for business, that's why they call business socks.
What I like about this
Now, he was a vampire.
That's true. I wish I'd see more of him. I don't see him in too much.
What? Oh no.
Oh, the New
Timothy
Zealand guy.
Oliphant plays business socks on.
It's time for
Yeah. What's his name? Actor Jermaine Clement from Flight of
That's
the
right.
Conchords. He plays a vampire in What We Do in the Shadows, which is entering its last season.
Have you kept up with the series?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Have you?
Series is good too.
Okay.
I'm like 3 or 4 seasons in. Yeah.
I have to rewatch Simpsons. Yeah, I rewatch The Simpsons every now and then. And
Every
Red versus
okay.
Blue and all the good shows from my childhood.
Red versus Blue too.
Do you remember Red versus Blue?
Yeah, I remember watching that with you.
Fucking great, hilarious stuff. Red versus Blue is they pioneered both machinima, like making movies with video games, and also just the internet series. That was one of the
Do
first.
they still do that? I feel like I haven't seen like a comparable Red versus Blue for a different video game.
I don't think they. No, I don't think so. Well, no, they don't.
Really?
So,
Huh.
But they were like one of the first big internet series. Web
Definitely,
series.
yeah.
Yeah.
When like most people had internet, you could just kind of like buffer and stream stuff from.
Yeah. So I always watched them. I got everyone I knew into them too. Same with Evil Dead. I don't know. Did you know about Evil Dead before me? Or
No, not before you told me.
Yes, awesome. I
feel like that's the way with Evil Dead. It's like such a cult movie that most people haven't heard or watched until someone's like, you have to watch it.
And then they understand why. It's so weird. It's so obviously a bad movie, and yet it works on every level. And people can see why people love it, even though they know it's crap.
Dad movie?
No. It's just
okay.
Bruce Campbell getting his ass kicked and like kicking ass at the same time.
Okay, there's
It's a fun movie, but there's no male fantasy in there. So
business, that's why they call business socks.
What I like about this show is the morality exploration. One thing that is appealing about every Dad TV is that justice gets served, both hot and cold. You know, justice is very versatile and can be a side dish, dessert, or main course. Just depends on the show, but it is always served. I think that's one of the core tenets of a good dad drama. But Justified does a great job of letting Givens get things done, sometimes on the edge of the law, because he's a loose cannon who doesn't have time for warrants. But at the same time, a lot of the show is driven by the consequences of his impulsive actions that come back later. The last element joins in with the team thing, and that is being super skilled, especially at killing bad guys. Some of these shows are about an everyman who just magically starts saving the day, but usually it's a guy with some kind of training. He and his team have computer skills, military training, espionage talent. They just know stuff about human behavior because of their experience, and it all comes together to help complete the episode. Once again, it's a guy fantasy to be really good at something, and then that's
How about that? Is that something you can relate to? Is that one of the male fantasies you can buy into? Being extremely competent at something?
Like when I was younger,
Yeah, what would it have been? What would you, if you had to pick your skill that you could be great at, what
my
would it be?
skill.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You talk to 18-year-old Tina and tell them like
I think
can
hacking
master
would have
anyone's
been
skill.
fun.
What was it?
I think hacking would have been
Hacking?
fun.
You'd be
Yeah.
hacker man?
Sure, yeah. Not the hitter. I won't be the hitter.
The hitter? Okay, I'm gonna send you another picture. See
Oh,
if you
no.
tell me if you remember this.
Hold on, hold on.
I'm just sending it to you. Just stay calm. This is worth it. All right. Okay. 5 points if you can tell me the movie this is from.
Well, it hasn't popped up yet.
There it is. There it is. Sent.
What is this?
What was it? You see it,
And
right?
is this from Slacker?
No. Do you recognize
Yeah.
it? You don't.
No, the type looks like some sort of like word art from like Microsoft Word in 2002.
It's not a bad guess, I guess. So, do you remember Kung Fury?
Huh?
You remember Kung Fury?
Yeah.
That's Hacker Man from Kung Fury.
Is it?
Yeah, he hacks him into the past.
I must be remembering. I feel like
Kung
I
Fury
even
is-
watched that.
No. Kung Fury, the cop who goes back into the past to kill Hitler.
No, I must be thinking of a different movie then. I think like Kung Fu Hustle or something like that.
You're thinking of like Kung Pao, I think.
Oh, something like that.
Yeah.
Art of the Fist or something.
Oh yeah. I know what movie you're thinking of. And all of these movies are great. Kung Pao, Kung Fu Hustle. But Kung Fury is like a cop. Goes back in time to kill Hitler,
Every dad's dream.
but he goes back too far, so he's in the Viking Age, and he has to like just
Find the Hitler of the Viking time.
no, he gets transported by Thor and like riding a dinosaur or something.
How do I not remember that?
I don't know. This movie is amazing. I feel like next time you and I hang out, we have to watch it. It's not a long one either. It's like a half hour long.
Right.
It was crowdfunded.
Half hour?
It's an indie movie that was crowdfunded.
Okay.
Dude.
No wonder.
Yeah, I gotta do another fucking.
Keep them coming.
I'm gonna send you another picture here. Let's see. I forgot that his partner was a Triceratops.
What?
Yes, in the movie, is the cop's partner was a Triceratops. Oh God. Okay, I'm sending you this picture. So in the movie, okay, you got it. So in the movie, he's the main cop is like considered like a rogue agent. He's like he can't be trusted because he plays by his own rules. So he gets reassigned to a new partner, and the partner is a Triceratops. So fucking stupid. It's hilarious.
I gotta watch those now.
We do. Oh man, this is something. Actually, you know what? We could probably do this on
Do a reaction.
do a podcast of this. Yeah, I'm putting it on our list. That's we
It
gotta
could be
watch
a
that.
longer one, yeah.
It's a little bit of a longer one, but we should do it on like a Saturday night or something where we can have like.
Yeah, we'll make like a drinking watch party.
Oh yeah, we can drink around that. All right. Okay. Let's see. We got 5 more minutes in this podcast. Let's keep going.
something is needed to solve a problem or save a life or whatever. I think it's why we tend to get into research hobbies or skill building. Also, I find it odd that we're trending toward labeling this as autistic. Did you know that boys are 4 times as likely to be diagnosed with autism than girls and 3 times more likely for an ADHD diagnosis?
Hmm.
Is it possible that we tend to just get really into a subject and we want to know absolutely everything about it and don't want to talk to anyone while we obsess about it? Is it always a behavioral disorder, or sometimes is it just how boy brains tend to work? Because Jack Reacher would probably get diagnosed on a spectrum. I'll tell you one guy who uses his super skills to handle business. A dad is betrayed and his friends and family are killed. So he goes SEAL Team Sicko mode and starts killing everyone involved in order to see justice done. Yes, Terminal List is awesome. This is one that I recommend highly because it's not your typical beat 'em.
Was that Chris Pratt?
Yeah, I never heard of it.
It looked like him. Now I haven't heard of this either.
Up. There are multiple mysteries going here to keep you engaged and guessing, and somehow there is another season, which is a bit odd considering the plot, but I don't care. I'm here for it. Then similarly, there's Jack Ryan. Wait a minute, an analyst nerd is
that's
also
the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Jack Ryan, not Reacher.
Too many Jacks.
Sorry.
a super combat agent, and it's Jim Halpert.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
And yes, Reacher seasons 1 and 2.
How did he not get an Oscar for that movie? I know. I forgot. Actually, I forgot that you hate Leonardo DiCaprio. But that is a great role. That's a great movie and a great role.
That's true.
I'm arguably, in my opinion, his best.
Maybe if he played more dads, then he'd get more Oscars.
There's nothing he could do that would redeem himself in your eyes.
I don't know. I don't think so. If anything, he's like sinking. It's not even
sinking.
Anything that I'm doing to convince people.
What if he starred in Titanic 2, Electric Boogaloo? Like Ghost Ship. Titanic 2, Ghost Ship. Oh, Titanic 2, Revenge of the Submarine or something.
Revenge of the Iceberg.
What if he was in the? What if he was in the submarine? He plays the Titanic, the second Titanic 2, but like it's about the people in the sub.
Oh, I know what you're saying. The
sea vessel, the submarine. What if he's in that? He plays one of the billionaires or whatever. Would you watch it, or is that too soon?
Sure, I'd watch it.
That's awesome.
be like what's that submarine movie? Das Boot.
I haven't seen Das Boot.
Super long, 6 hours.
6 hours?
Yeah.
Is it in German?
Yes.
That's why.
Yep.
Takes a long time for them to say anything.
Yeah, you really get the sense of being crowded in the movie.
All right.
To kick.
All right, we have less than 5 minutes left. Let's keep going.
So much ass. This show is so popular, I think, because it tackles all 4 categories. Right as season 2 opens, he is saving a woman whose son is being held.
Does that guy have a neck?
Much ass. This show is so popular, I think, because
just saying,
it tackles
like he's
all
really buff. He
4
doesn't look
categories.
like he has a neck.
Right as season 2 opens.
Yeah.
He has no fucking neck.
It's almost like his head is his neck.
His head is just connected to his shoulders.
Yeah.
He is saving a woman whose son is being held by a carjacker. He forms an impromptu team in season 1, but season 2 really shines by bringing some of his original team of special investigators back together. Strict moral code? Like I said, Reacher could be Spectrum material in the way he adheres to the facts and whose routine and moral compass. He also doesn't let things like the law against pipe bombs get in his way.
Okay.
And yeah, he's got those combat skills and a little MacGyver magic as well. All that and a mystery to solve? This show is the distillation of all dad TV. Jack.
All right, I think we can end on that.
Yeah.
So, do you have any desire to watch the show Reacher
now?
No. No,
nothing
he didn't appeal.
Nothing with the name Jack in it.
Okay, fine. What about Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas? What if he had his own like biopic?
Yes, he's not a dad though.
Okay, so none of this did any of these arguments sway you into dad TV, or did none of them appeal to your fantasy?
I want to be open-minded and say maybe I would start. I mean, that quote by, was it Socrates or
Socrates
that Greek quote?
Sophocles.
Yeah. something. The quote he
as
gave
you
about
age,
like
as you age, you serve fewer masters and you serve many, or something like that. What was? We could try to go back
just
straight to
letting like your passions like cool, and then you really start to like enjoy yourself. Maybe.
enjoy yourself. Here we go. For certainty, old age has a great sense of calm and freedom. When the passions relax their hold, then, as Sophocles says, we are freed from the grasp not of one mad master only, but many.
Okay. You think that holds any truth?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely truth to the calm that comes with age. And my only argument for this right now would be that, like, I saw some like polar statistics that, like, this is a little unrelated, but like political radicalism exists for young people, but the older you get, the less radical you are. Just because I think once you have wisdom, you kind of like you see how things go. There's no need for radicalism. You see how things sort of just progress.
Yeah. Or you just feel defeated.
That's another way of looking at it. I would say
Part
it's
of growing
simply like
old
you're
is
not
a
going
lot
to
of
call for
defeat.
radical revolution when you realize that like your radical revolution won't produce any good gains.
I just want to go home and watch my dad TV.
There's that too. It could be either or.
And
Who's to say
live-
which one of us is right?
True.
I would simply say that, like, I think when you age, you mature, and you see that the radical beliefs you held weren't actually going to produce the ends that you wanted to achieve because you didn't know as much about the world. The older you get, the more you understand about the world, the more you understand about people you may disagree with, the less radical you might be.
Mhm. So the people that understand less need to go to war.
Definitely.
How are they going to understand? That accelerates their understanding.
Well,
right?
they'll either understand or they won't.
It's true. The ones that don't understand them should be worried.
It's a win-win. You'll get people to understand or they won't. And by won't, I mean die. Any final thoughts?
It was interesting. I was it was kind of what I thought it would be.
You thought it was gonna be like the Red Green show.
In a way, that's
the Red Green show is dad TV.
Imagine if Red Green, had to like save some people with some like weird jury rigged ski mobile.
Wouldn't that be amazing if there was like a Red Green John Wick styles movie? He's got to save his nephew.
Some guy out in the woods has to save his nephew.
Right.
Got kidnapped in Newfoundland.
Right. Now that would be a movie anyone would want to see. I think what the cool thing about AI is? That movie will exist in our lifetime.
It's being dreamt up right now.
Yeah. Exactly. AI could actually. I think
it's crazy how much they're incorporating that, and it's in Microsoft Paint now. You can just type it into Paint.
But the crazy thing is, like, we're actually going to get our own customizable movies one day, where you just type in what you want, and AI can produce an entire movie just for you.
Just tell me what I want.
Tell me. I don't know what you want. I asked this the whole time. Do you like 300? Because that wasn't your fantasy. The whole like save the innocent, maybe partly. Kinda. That was you. But then you felt bad about like stopping a guy with toilet paper. So I don't know if that's gonna be like your fantasy either.
See, exactly.
All right. Okay, for Tina and Karen do the tube, I am Karen.
This is Tina.
All right, stay safe, everyone, and stay hydrated. We love you.
Keep living those daddy fantasies.
Sounds so wrong.